Okay, so today um, I received an email from somebody at the Abbey, and it was, kind of the thing of working it out. I think, I thought, oh, this would be interesting for everybody to hear. So the request was, seeing that we're having so many problems with water regarding the Buddha Hall, this person was asking, can I do a Naga Puja? Because the Nagas are usually associated with water. Usually you do it when there's not enough water, but I guess you could do it when there's too much water too. Um, Okay, and the person sent with a copy of some Naga Puja, uh, and it was by some group that I didn't know anything about. And I looked just generally at the text, and the introduction they were saying that it seemed to be a combination of Bon and another group called Sami or Sumi, something like that, and Buddhism. And so it was kind of a mixed text with these things. And when I looked at it, each page was just, I prostrate and then a name of a Buddha. So there were just many, many prostrations. I prostrate, not Buddha. I prostrate to this Naga, I prostrate to that Naga, I prostrate to the third Naga, on and on with all these names of the various Nagas. And my response to that was, we should prostrate to the Buddha that number of times, um, you know. But uh, you know, it could have something to do with Nagas, the overabundance of water we have right now. Um, but I did not feel comfortable saying yes to this request because the puja, mm, I didn't know anything about this group, and it seemed just making prostrations to a bunch of Nagas I was wondering about. Also, because um, when I learned something, I do a Naga Puja for the Abbey every spring. When I learned about that from one Geshe, uh, I learned that, especially with when you're dealing with beings who are not human, you have to know something about them, what they like, what they don't like, what pushes their buttons, and so on. You can't just kind of go in there. Also, because I remember when Geshe Dakpa was explaining this to me, there's some days that it's good to do Naga Pujas, some days when it's not. It seems like there's one day of the week where the Nagas sleep, so you don't want to do your puja on that day. And then there's certain things that they like and things that they don't like. And so if you're going to make an offering and doing a puja, you have to have some background. So just picking up a text that was sent from another Dharma friend, I thought, you know. So what I suggested is, why not? Oh, and the person said when Gala Rinpoche was here, he said that when they built their temple, they did a lot of pujas, every day for I guess, all the non-human beings. There's yakshas and rakshas and mamos and all sorts of them. Yeah. And so they said, Gala Rinpoche said that they did that. So I thought, okay, well, why not invite Gala Rinpoche to come here and do some kind of extensive puja? I mean, I could do the one that I know. I'm really trying to work on this book. It's most days I get nothing done because it's just one thing after another to deal with. Yeah. Um, so so I said, yeah, if you want to, because it was this person's idea, you can write and request him, and then you would sponsor the ticket, make an offering. Okay. And so then the person responded, please explain to me why I would be the person to sponsor the air ticket and make the offering if the puja is for the Abbey. Okay, so this was the second thing that I thought would be really good to kind of explain to everybody. So we kind of have a general thing in the Abbey that if it's your idea, you're the one who does it, who carries it through. Yeah, because we realized very early on in the Abbey, so many people came to us with so many ideas, and they were excellent ideas, and they said, here, please do that. It's so good for the Abbey. And then they were off doing something else, and were trying to carry out their idea. This is actually how we started doing things for the internet, because there was a young man from Australia here, Alec, and he was a techie. He was probably, genetically related to Venerable Kunchok. They all come out. Yeah, except Venerable Kunchok's taller. But anyway, and Alec came here and he said, you should really put things on the internet, and and yeah, let's do it. And I think he may have bought maybe the first camera. And so we started doing that. And then Alec left. And none of us knew anything about cameras, internet, posting things online, editing them. So we learned that was a big lesson of, first of all, if it's somebody's idea, they need to carry it out the whole way, not just hand it off to somebody else to do. And then also, in Buddhist circles, when people see something for a monastery, a temple, a dharma center, and they have an idea, then they want to offer to make it into a reality. Yeah. And so those people say, well, this is how we have some of the paintings for the Buddha Hall. Somebody said, oh, we need a painting of Maitreya. I'll offer it. Somebody else said, we need a painting of Manjushri. I'll offer it. Yeah, then last week, a few people looked at one blank, huge area and said, oh, wouldn't it be great to have a painting of the 17 Nalanda masters? And we all went, whoa. And they said, okay, we're taking the ball. We'll run with that. So that's how things are usually done. If it's your idea, you want it to happen. And so you put your energy into it and your finances into it. That's how this Abbey started. Okay, when we started, yes, there was some money that when I was working with Shanti Deva, we had requested people, but a good chunk of the money purchasing the land here was from the savings that I had, having taught many years and received dana, and the folks at DFF gave me money every month. So I didn't eat a lot, so I saved it. So all that personal money went into funding the Abbey. So that's kind of the way things are done, and in a Tibetan or Chinese setting, like if you requested somebody to pray for a deceased one, you would make an offering to the temple or monastery. We don't ask anything when we do that. People just write us. Some people will make an offering. Most people, I think, don't. It doesn't really matter. But this is just kind of the tradition in Asia. Yeah, so I thought that would be good to explain to people here, why I said that and why I thought that way. And you can agree, you can disagree. And if you want to help with the 17 Nalanda masters, talk to him, or talk to her, or talk to him. Yeah.
When Geshe-la and I would do confession together,
Uh-huh.
Geshe-la had a way of this swipe across his hand that symbolized prostration, but not an actual prostration, because he said, I don't prostrate, and I've been taught not to prostrate to anyone who's not either a senior monastic
Yeah.
or an enlightened being. So I wouldn't feel very comfortable with prostrating to Nagas unless I knew that one of the individual Naga was an Arhat or an Arya.
Wait, who are you talking? You would feel comfortable
I wouldn't feel comfortable.
prostrating to
It seems
Nagas,
prostrating to Nagas goes against that training that he's talking about.
Uh-huh.
And I mean, if you knew that particular Naga was an Arhat, that would be different. But,
Yeah.
and it goes. It seems like the spirit thing that the spirit ceremony that His Holiness was against.
Yeah, that's true. I never thought of that because usually it's making offerings to the Nagas. Yeah, but there is a very strong thing about not, you don't bow to somebody who's lower in ordination. Yeah, except here at the Abbey. Because the nuns are not sitting in back because we are not lower in ordination. Yes.
It was something that struck me at the full ordination as well. And of course, I don't remember which of the three platforms and exactly what it was, but there was like 4 groups of beings we were acknowledging in the same verse repeated. And we bowed the first 3 times, but not the 4th one, because the 4th one was spirits or something like that. And they explained to us, we're going to acknowledge them. We, invite them to come and watch, but we do not bow to them.
Yes, that makes sense. Was that the day when we went downstairs? Yeah.
香花音，香花情.
Oh,
So the
that's
first
that.
3 are to the 3 jewels,
To
and the
the-
4th is always to Dharma protectors, and you only half bow. You never bow fully.
Yeah, because some of the Dharma protectors are Aryas, but some of them are ordinary beings too. Yeah, and they've made promises to various Buddhas and Bodhisattvas to protect the Dharma. Okay.